Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the summer 2022 commencement ceremonies of Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology. Please remain standing for the national anthem, being sung this afternoon by the School of Creative and Information Technology staff member, Lisey Bulick.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Lisey, let me say thank you to you for that thrilling rendition of the national anthem and a very great way to start our ceremony this afternoon. This is a proud day on campus, and I'm grateful to each and every one of you for being here to make this a special day for all of these students that are graduating now in the 222nd graduating class of OSUIT. Before me today is a very accomplished group of individuals that are receiving their diplomas today. I've been told that we have 203 students that are eligible for graduation this afternoon, and of those, get this, 67% of them are graduating with honors. And according to the registrar's office, it breaks down this way. 65 of our graduates are graduating what we call cum laude. That's a grade point average between 3.0 and 3.49. 39 are graduating magna cum laude. That's a little bit higher grade point average between 3.5 and 3.79. And 32 of these students are graduating summa cum laude. That's a grade point average of 3.8 or above. All of the names of the honors graduates are identified within the program, and you will also recognize the graduating members of our International Scholarship Society known as Phi Theta Kappa. They're wearing the gold stoles around their neck. Each of the honors graduates also have a special medallion that they're wearing. These type of accomplishments do not come easily, and they deserve our recognition, but I have the greatest respect for each and every one of these graduates. So I'd like to invite everyone here to give a round of applause for all of our graduates today. As a military-friendly institution, we also take great pride in honoring our veterans. And you're going to recognize the graduating veterans. They wear a special red, white, and blue cord around their neck. But let's do something special right now. I'd like to ask all of the veterans in attendance, the graduates that are veterans as well as those in the audience, to please stand so we can recognize you and thank you for your service to our nation. You do us great honor with your attendance today. No one could be more welcome on our campus. Thank you, veterans, for your service. There are a few special guests that I would like to identify at this time. First, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the members of my senior administrative team. I want to thank them for their dedication to this institution, and I know good and well that I could not run the institution without their assistance. So please give them a round of applause as I introduce them. Our Vice President of Student Services is Dr. Ina Agnew, right down here. She has an important job. In just a moment, she's going to be reading the names of all of your graduates when they go across stage, so she's got one of the toughest jobs. Also on stage with me is the Vice President of Fiscal Services, Mr. Jim Smith. Our student speaker is going to be more formally introduced in just a moment, but I would like to ask Michael Lopez to please stand and be recognized at this time. Thank you, Michael. We're looking forward to your comments. We also have some outstanding employees that have recently received recognition for their exemplary performance during the last year or two, and it's my special honor to introduce some of those to you. I'm going to read the names. I don't know if they're all in attendance or not, but I'm going to go through the names. First is the Regents Distinguished Teaching Award winner for 2021-22, and she is in attendance today. She's college math instructor Susie Malden. We also have this year's Outstanding Faculty Award winner as selected by the OSUIT Faculty Staff Association, and he is an electrical instructor, Heath Moscow. I know I saw him earlier. There he is, right back here. Also on the list, we have the winner of the OSUIT Faculty Staff Association's 2021 Outstanding Professional Staff Award, and that is our Director of Nursing on our campus, Jody Campbell. And last but certainly not least, we have the winner of the OSUIT Faculty Staff Association 2021 Outstanding Classified Staff Award winner, and he's a member of our university police. He's a police officer, Thomas Johnson. And I do believe he's probably working outside the facility today. So I want to thank each of them for their exemplary performance. It is now my privilege to introduce our commencement speaker, Mr. Jimmy Cagle. Mr. Cagle leads Oklahoma's automotive sector, serving as the state automotive director for the Department of Commerce after retiring from nearly 40 years of service with Goodyear Tire and Rubber as a communications officer. As an industry innovator, he has promoted growth and economic development in his community through the many leadership roles, positions, committees, boards in which he has taken part. His diverse background includes education, staff planning, research, sports writing, community outreach, and public relations. Currently, Mr. Cagle is the Vice Chair of the Board of Trustees of the Southwestern Medical Center in Lawton, Oklahoma, and was awarded the 2021 Lawton-Fort Sill Economic Development Corporation Impact Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Jimmy Cagle to the microphone.
Thank you, Dr. Path. Members of the President's Cabinet, distinguished guests, deans, faculty, students, family, and friends. Let me say on the front end, it's a tremendous honor for me to be here today. When I got the phone call or I got the email about 2 months ago, I thought, I've got to do this. This is too special and too special a place to say no. So we're here, and I appreciate, again, the opportunity to be here with you. Brief greetings. I bring greetings to you from the Department of Commerce, State of Oklahoma. We are the economic development arm for the governor's office and for the state of Oklahoma. And they all want me to tell you hello and best wishes, especially to the class that's graduating. And I just want to let you know that on their behalf today. You probably were thinking today that as a speaker, you were going to have a celebrity, somebody from Hollywood, right? A high-ranking government official, an academician with a PhD or something behind their name. And what have you got instead? You've got a car guy, right? A car guy. So, I know all of you have things in common with automobiles, okay, with automotive traffic and that sort of thing. So we're going to have a lot of conversation in my presentation about that. Before I get there, I do want to do one thing a little bit out of the norm, if it's okay. We've kind of talked about this, and they said it's okay if I did this. So I want all of my graduating friends, okay, students, from transportation and heavy equipment to stand, please. Okay, you're on the back there. I saw you coming in. All of you stand, all right? Now, what is a stereotype of somebody who works on cars and trucks? Faded blue jeans, right? Old T-shirt, well-worn cap, sometimes turned backwards, tennis shoes or flip-flops. Look at this crew. Don't they look good? You look really good up there. You really do. Thank you. Actually, today's mechanic, if you will, or those who work on automobiles and trucks, as we know, really do not fit that stereotype anymore. They might, okay? They're software engineers, computer gurus, if you will, because we know all of our cars and trucks today require a lot of knowledge and expertise in getting into the mechanics of how those vehicles operate. It wasn't like in the old day we've talked about before this morning, right? When if something would misfire, we know what it was, okay? It's a different story today, and so my hat's off to all of you for your accomplishments at this point. I know you'll have a great career going forward in working on vehicles, so best of luck to you. I'm going to begin by painting two pictures for you today, graduates. One is a world that is going to offer you a lot of challenges, okay? There are a lot of things going on in our world today that are going to require a lot of attention and a lot of coming together to resolve problems. We have a very fragile world economy and a very fragile geopolitical situation that all of us are facing. We have signs of a climate change that, according to many scientists, is going to reshape our future in many ways. A lingering epidemic that just won't seem to go away after costing millions of lives and a lot of hardship. I know a lot of us have experienced that in our families, our friends. And also, it has fragmented a supply chain that has been driving inflation to record highs. Closer to home, we are a nation with very different ideas on how to go about solving our problems. So you're graduating and going into a world that is experiencing dramatic change, politically, socially, environmentally, technologically, and just about every other ology, right? Hey, at the same time, that's a grim picture, but I want to paint you a very bright picture, okay? Our world today will give you lots of opportunity. Where the pace of change is so drastic that what you read about today is old news tomorrow. And we know that from working on software, right? Or by a computer. Once you get kind of used to it, about 3 months later, it's out of date. You have to go buy another one or learn a new system. Where company startups are occurring at an unforeseen pace as entrepreneurs initiate and follow through on ideas that will better our lives. Where young people have a wider choice of jobs and careers probably than ever before. Job openings now outpace job opportunities or job applicants by a ratio of about 2 to 1 or more. Where dreams are made into realities. Virtual reality is commonly accepted among us, right? Non-astronauts, if you can afford it, you can hitch a ride on a spaceship and go out into outer space. Packages are delivered to our doorstep by drones. Flying cars may one day take us to and from home and work. Really? Flying cars? And technology companies continue to expand our capabilities to gather, calculate, and interpret data to advance our way of life in ways that we can only imagine. We were talking at lunch a while ago about the metaverse, okay, and the tremendous opportunities, okay, that are there with that whole realm. Where dreams are made into realities. You might want to watch TV next Monday when NASA will be launching its first Artemis spacecraft, okay? We have not been to the moon in 50 years. We're on our way back, okay? And maybe not just to the moon, but eventually to Mars. A mix of these two, okay, lead me to convey to you what is happening in the world of automotive. It may be the best example of what is happening in our world economy. And I'm not just speaking to my friends in the back there, graduating students, but all of us here today. But this whole realm of automotive change certainly was a factor in my decision to embark on a new career after retiring a few months ago. Auto companies are pouring huge investments into electric vehicles. Companies like Ford are hiring talent in a restructured company that will focus on EVs. In fact, Ford has announced it's splitting its company into two parts, EVs and non-EVs. They're laying off a lot of senior engineers who've been used to working on gas combustion engines, and they're hiring a lot of young talent to help launch them into the whole realm of EVs. General Motors and all other automakers are committed to zero emissions within the next 20 years. You're going to see a lot of new models coming out, okay, all with the purpose of reducing our emissions into the environment. And we are looking beyond EVs into other fuel sources like hydrogen. I was at OSU's Ham Institute a few weeks ago, sitting at a table with several OU professors. One of them said during meetings, he looked at me and said, "Jimmy, we looked at hydrogen and electric vehicles 15, 20 years ago, but this year, this time, it just feels differently, okay? We know that it's on the horizon. It's going to be coming our way soon. Indeed, it is." So welcome to a world where you truly can be what you want to be. Many of us have been where you are today, and we face changes that were daunting and exciting, just as you are facing today. You will help our country get through these challenges. I was at a meeting at the state capitol a few months ago, and we were talking about the electric grid and how it was going to be able or not be able, what we're going to do to try to accept the fact that people are going to be plugging in their vehicles in the years ahead. How is that going to happen? Of course, all of us, I'm sure, have asked that question. An OG&E official spoke up and said, "I don't know, but we'll figure it out. We always have, and guess what? We always will." As I think about where you are today, I finished college and considered law school at a time when we were entering a recession. We were drawing down the military post-Vietnam. Jobs were not plentiful, and there was a lot of social unrest, as you may have seen in some videos. President Nixon unlocked the doors to China. At the same time, well, soon after that, we had to endure the Watergate fiasco. A lot of things were happening in our governmental system and around the country. But we didn't have this back and forth in terms of dialogue or trying to interpret what was going on, because in the evening, we turned on the news, and Walter Cronkite on CBS would say, "That's the way it is today," after he completed all of his news coverage, and we would all nod and say, "Yes, that's the way it is." We did not have pundits entering into argument back and forth as to what actually was taking place. At that same time, I want to expose you to something or tell you about something that was going on in my academic career that was really interesting, and I had no idea, none of us did, the impact it was going to have on us into this time period today. Had a professor in graduate school who was trying to talk with us about this box, okay, and X's and O's about this box. We had no idea what he was talking about. I don't think he did either, okay? That eventuated into what we know as the internet today. And think about the impact, that's had on our lives and our societies. So as you celebrate today, know that we have been there, a lot of us, and we have an appreciation for what you're experiencing. I say to you, relax and enjoy today with your family and friends. You will not soon forget this experience. I do want to leave you with some insights and some challenges as you enter the world of work from someone who was where you are a few decades ago. I'd like to say a few years ago, but I have to say a few decades ago. First off, find a few minutes every day to experience joy, true joy. Listen to birds sing. Walk barefoot in the grass and smell the flowers. Read a good book. Call up a longtime companion and have a good conversation. Play with a child. Watch a beautiful Oklahoma sunset. And those of you who may have lived in other parts of the country know how beautiful, our sunsets are here in Oklahoma. You can't beat them. Appreciate the diversity in our culture. Find something every day to celebrate and find the joy it brings to you in these types of activities. As a corollary, I want you please to consider and do this, enjoy what you are doing. Life is too short not to do this. I have been blessed immeasurably immeasurably in my career to do what I enjoy every day. At one time when I was in graduate school studying cities and how they're being built, I often thought about what it would be like to live in a downtown area, okay? Because I was raised in a city that was about 100,000 population, but spent a lot of my time with my grandparents and family out in the countryside. But now, my wife and I are in transition. We sold our house, and we're living in an apartment. Can you imagine that? 44 years together, now we're living in an apartment, 2 rooms, and we're trying to survive. I was asked a question the other day, what's it like, okay, being homeless? We have no house. We've had a house forever. We'll have a house soon. And I said, you know what? I studied this in my graduate school program, what it was like to live in the inner city. And I'm really enjoying it, okay, experiencing what I'm experiencing there every day when I go back and forth to work. It's really been refreshing for me. Have a passion for what you're doing. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, you'll not give it your best effort. I recall years ago serving on a personnel committee. We went into a meeting, and I knew all the ones who were being considered. One of the ones who was being considered for the job, I felt like walking into that meeting, that person had no chance. There's no way we'll vote that person in. During our interview process, the passion that guy had for that job just bled through the meeting. And so I found myself later on scratching my head thinking, how could we not have seen this, okay? We did give him the job. We offered the job to him, okay? His passion more than made up for other skills he may or may not have had. Develop a compassion for helping others. Others may not be as fortunate as you and I are, okay? Never neglect the needs of those around you. It's up to us to make this world a better place. We may not be asked to find a cause that's going to take up our life and cause us to leave home and fame and fortune and devote exclusively to that cause, but it's up to us to find a cause and move that cause forward. The good book tells us, for to whom much is given, much is required. If we don't help others in their time of need, can we expect others to help us when we're down and out? Be dedicated. I did well academically in school. I wasn't the smartest one, but I felt like I was dedicated to my faith, my family, my friends, my ideals. At this point in my presentation, I had really planned on telling you a football story, a high school football story, right? See some of you smiling? I told my wife I was preparing my speech, and she said, don't tell them about your high school football days. So, like a good husband, I put that in my speech, my first draft. I read it to her, and what did she say? Cut it out. I knew what she's talking about, okay? The point is here that be dedicated to a cause, okay? Those of us who have been through a graduate school program or professional school program will tell you it may not be the smartest person, it certainly was not with me, but stay the course, okay? Stay the course. It took Tolkien 17 years to write The Lord of the Rings, his follow-up book to The Hobbit. Managers will tell you without hesitation that a dedicated employee has a better opportunity to advance within the company or organization. The victory belongs to those who invest their time, their talents, their efforts, maybe even their lives to something of value to them. Never stop learning. Never stop learning. I read recently that a novel or a journal can take you to places that an airplane can't. My wife will often question me, why are you reading that on the internet? Or why are you reading that in a journal or a book? I know you don't believe what you're reading. And my response is always that I like to be challenged with other people's thinking. I like to know what's on the other side. I hope you follow the same type of thinking. Don't close off your mind from those who may have a different view of the world. Interculturally, we're going to look much different as a country 20, 10, maybe even 5 years from now than it looks today. I am an anomaly. I worked for the same company for 37 years. I know some of you who are my age, maybe about my age, can say the same thing. But today's generation, we know that people in this generation are going to change careers and jobs many times. You can't do that if you stop being inquisitive about the future. Know yourself and how you're going to approach your future. We've learned from athletes' experiences recently that it takes time. It's important to take care of ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Listen to your body and what it's telling you. Never compromise your integrity. I had a manager one time tell me, you know, Jimmy, the most important thing I can leave to my family, to my kids behind me, my grandkids, is my name. Character, integrity. Never compromise that. My next point, be grateful. We're still living in the greatest country in the world. Grateful people are more positive, more productive, and for sure, more fun to be around. Be thankful for what you've experienced in your short time at this institution, for your faculty and your fellow students. Be especially thankful for your family and those significant others who have supported you during your time here. And then dream. It's okay to do that. Be proud of what you've accomplished, but don't rest on your laurels. You've come too far. Continue to improve your abilities. We only move forward when we attempt new things. We don't score points if we don't shoot the ball. We don't hit the baseball if we don't swing the bat. If you had told me a few decades ago that this car guy would be up here speaking at a commencement address, okay, to this great body of students, I would have told you were crazy. I came from a working class family. My dad worked in a factory. My mother stayed home with me and my brother. And to say I would have done this, I would have said no way. Finally, don't be afraid to take risks along the way. I teach communication courses online and use a lot of different materials, one of which I use videos from time to time, and I refer back to a speech made in 2011 by my favorite actor, Denzel Washington, to a graduating class at the University of Pennsylvania. Denzel tells the story of how he went through his first attempt to get a role in a Broadway play, and they asked him to sing. Denzel tried to sing even in front of the audience. He couldn't sing very well. He lost the part. The point is, he never quit. He kept going back and trying until finally he landed a big role and was in a big movie with Tom Hanks and some other people. Life is full of risks, okay? We all have risks. I can remember when my wife and I drove away after we got married. We drove 300 miles to go to the University of Tennessee. I started graduate school. And I can tell you, pulling out of the driveway that one morning, I'll never forget, it was very emotional. We had to do it. We did it. And our lives would never be the same. Denzel quotes his wife as saying, to get something you never had, you have to do something you never did. That is so true. Don't be afraid to take the small steps needed to reach your goals in life. Okay, in summary, we think about the importance of this occasion, and let's just recall what I've talked about briefly. First, find a few minutes every day to experience joy. Enjoy and develop a passion for what you are doing. Along the way, don't be afraid to be compassionate in helping others less fortunate. Be dedicated to your life's profession and never stop learning. In the automotive world, for sure, there are a lot of changes coming. If you don't believe that, watch the commercials on TV, okay? In terms of cars and trucks, a lot of them are all about electric vehicles. Know yourself and your purpose in life. Be grateful for what you have, and don't be afraid to dream and take risks. Congratulations, this class, on completing the degree requirements at this outstanding school. And I would like to ask, before I make a final comment or two, I'd like to know, I think we'd all like to know, just for the audience, for all of us, how many of you have a job waiting for you or one you're considering? Can you raise your hand or just stand up? Everybody who's got a job waiting for you right now or got one that you're considering or several you're considering. Okay, thank you. I know those of you who are not standing, you probably got one right around the corner. Probably when you get home tonight, you got a telephone call waiting for you, right? I know you're considering. Great school, and the turnout here as far as the job placement is unsurpassed. From this point on, celebrate the fact, as you leave here today, that you will forever represent OSUIT. This is a very impressive institution with a great program and tradition. It's up to you to carry that forward. Know that as you do great things throughout your career, we will celebrate them with you. As our branding campaign says, be true to you at OSUIT, where graduation means you're hired. Hey, I applaud you for reaching this stage in your life. Best wishes in the future, and may God bless each of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cagle. We are honored to have you, and we want to thank you for your inspiring words and your words of wisdom that you imparted with our graduates today. And I'm always excited when we see the students stand that have a job waiting for them. I'm going to tell you, that only happens at OSUIT. That you will not see that at any other college campus. This is a very special place. We always take the opportunity to select a student to represent the student body, one of our best graduates this year, to be a student respondent, and it's my privilege at this time to introduce our student respondent, Michael Lopez. Michael Lopez, originally from Rancho Cucamonga, California, is graduating from the School of Engineering and Construction Technologies with an Associate in Applied Science in Construction Technology for Construction Management. He has been awarded scholarships from the Association of General Contractors of Oklahoma and from the OSU Foundation's Tony Garcia Memorial Fund. Lopez is a Marine Corps veteran and continues serving others through his support of the American Legion, the Edmond Masonic Lodge, and VFW. Upon graduation, he has accepted a position with Flint Co-Construction and will reside in Edmond, Oklahoma with his family while attending OSUIT to pursue a Bachelor of Technology in Applied Technical Leadership. I'm proud to introduce and bring to the microphone Michael Lopez.
Thank you, Dr. Path, for your warm introduction and kind words. Most importantly, thank you to the students, parents, family, friends, and OSUIT faculty who have made these past 2 years a wonderful experience none of us will soon forget. Every one of you has made an impact on the graduates who sit here today, and your unwavering encouragement for the pursuit of our educational endeavors has undoubtedly played a pivotal role in our success. To the faculty, your dedication to the craft of higher education should be held as one of the highest honors in the world. Without men and women such as yourselves, our country and society would slowly wither, become stagnant, and crumble. The passing of knowledge from one human being to another is a sacred task and a burden not many could bear, but we thank you for getting up every day and staying that course to help us along our path. To Mr. Tanner Meek and Jim Gordon, both of you are primarily responsible for our success. As construction industry experts and our immediate program instructors, you were there every step of the way with us. From the freezing chill of the December mornings, finding control points around campus, to working in the summer heat in that non-air-conditioned shop out back, your expectation of excellence never wavered, and both of you gentlemen are consummate professionals. From the construction management crew, we especially thank you for your hard work and dedication. As an old Japanese proverb says, better than 1,000 days of diligent study is one day with a great teacher. After being nominated and selected to deliver this address today, I had no idea where to start. I would run and hike around my neighborhood each morning and think to myself what I could say that would leave a lasting impression on you all. I worried about what I would say, how I would say it, if it would be well received, and if it would hit the mark. I've gotten to know many of you over the past 2 years and vice versa, and most of you know my background. For those that do not, allow me to briefly explain. I have a wonderful and supportive wife, Stacy Lopez, who during the past 2 years bore the brunt of my decision to go to college. She had to work longer hours to help make ends meet while I abstained from full-time employment to pursue this degree. In doing so, she created and cultivated a wildly successful women-owned and operated business. Stacy, I love you and thank you for all your support. I couldn't be prouder of all of your accomplishments. I also have a son, Corey, and daughters, Mackenzie and Brooklyn, who have also had to make sacrifices of their own, mainly in lost time with Dad. I love each and every one of you with all of my heart, and I promise you Daddy will be done with his homework soon. Needless to say, I'm not your typical college student. Another thing I'm extremely proud of is my service to this great nation. From 2003 to 2011, I served in the Marine Corps as an infantryman and combat instructor, deploying 3 times to the Al Anbar province, Iraq, in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. During some of the heaviest counterinsurgency and house-to-house fighting of the Iraq War. One of the first and most important lessons impressed upon the Marine recruit when he or she arrives at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego or North Carolina is how to quickly move, how to sound off, and most importantly, leadership. Everybody has experienced different styles of leadership in their life, some good, some bad. Webster's dictionary defines leadership as the action of leading a group of people or an organization. You may be asking yourself, what does leadership have to do with me today? In my opinion, everything. Setting politics aside, our country and society are in dire need of leaders. Most of the challenges we face today and in the future can be solved through high-quality leadership. If you were to ask any Marine who served during the 20th or 21st century to name an example of a Marine who exemplified high-quality leadership, you'll hear a common answer: Lewis B. Puller, or better known as Chesty Puller. An enlisted man, a commissioned officer, a recipient of 5 Navy Crosses, and an overall hero in the Marine Corps. Born June 26, 1898 in West Point, Virginia, Puller grew up hunting and listening to tales of the Civil War, and in his youth had a heavy appetite for reading and poring over books of military tales and history. He would go on to achieve legendary status in Marine Corps folklore, with both true and exaggerated tales of his prowess being constantly recounted within the Corps. Puller's motto, lead by example, is not an empty slogan. He lived with his men and bled with his men. There were no officers in Puller's outfits, and he fell to the back of the line with the grunts, carrying his own mess gear when it came time for chow. In combat, he rigidly refused the comforts unattainable to his men, and in training, he carried his own pack and bedroll, marching at the front of his battalion. Puller was also the most decorated Marine in the Corps' history, and the only Marine to receive 5 Navy Crosses. He led Marines in some of the bloodiest battles of World War II, including Guadalcanal and Peleliu, the names of which forever speak of the Marines' exploits and sacrifices. Chesty Puller was a Marine's Marine, a bona fide hardcore leatherneck with the scars to prove it. But this Marine had one soft spot: his fierce loyalty and care for the men under his charge. Puller's leadership is one of the reasons why to this day, Marine Corps officers in the field never eat until the enlisted men have been served and eaten. In the Korean War, assigned as a commander of the storied 1st Marine Regiment, which he led to an amphibious landing at Incheon, South Korea on September 15, 1950, he was awarded a Silver Star. Later that year, he was awarded his 5th Navy Cross for heroism and cunning leadership in action during the Battle of the Chosin Reservoir, better known as the Frozen Chosin, where 30,000 Marines were surrounded by 120,000 Chinese troops and taking heavy casualties. It was during that battle he made his famous quote, "We've been looking for the enemy for some time now. We finally found him. We're surrounded." That simplifies things. This was the type of man and leader Chesty was, and to this day, a Marine I look up to and try to emulate in all my affairs. While I do not expect any of you to go out into the world with the bravado of Puller charging into battle, I do hope that all of you understand the need for true and decisive leadership today. We encourage and reward mediocrity. We praise those willing to maintain the status quo and never step outside their comfort zone. We are afraid of saying the wrong things, standing idly by while other nations around the world become stronger and innovate at a pace we are struggling to keep up with. The generations before us outsourced our skilled trades to other nations, who then send their people back to America to train, work, and return to their countries more knowledgeable and better skilled than they ever were before. I challenge you all to refuse this fate for our great nation moving forward. Many of you will be in leadership positions very soon, responsible for teams small and large, bottom lines, manufacturing processes, supply chain requisitions, and much more. Be the change that America needs. Change the status quo. Encourage your future companies to hire young, highly trained, and educated skilled men and women, paying them a decent and respectable wage for their skills and trainings so that they may adequately provide for their families. Encourage companies to set up programs that support immigrants' naturalizations to U.S. citizenship so they too can live the American dream. Encourage your future employers to manufacture their products with parts and components made in America. In doing so, we will be ensuring the job security of every hardworking American of the past and future generations. Bring back the pride of being a blue-collar worker who went to work and made something with his hands in the USA. This is the fight of our generation. This will be our duty. This will be a hard fight. You will meet a lot of resistance along your path. For almost 4 decades, American companies have shuttered plants here at home and have been exploiting low-wage foreign labor. This needs to change. We must have a paradigm shift and realize that this path is not sustainable. We've sold out our local or regional mom-and-pop shop that were quick to respond when a contractor needed another pallet of lumber or another 50 set of tractor-trailer tires for the cross-country trucker. We must start encouraging companies to look inward for their supply chain needs instead of multinational corporations that do not have America's interest at heart. As a fellow student and future leader, I stand here with you today facing the same problems as you all. But I stand up here with an idea and a plan. An idea for an American workforce that incentivizes hard work, leadership, and a sincere sense of patriotism I hope you all leave here with. Our nation needs you now more than ever. She needs your enthusiasm, and most of all, she needs your leadership. It has been an honor sitting next to you men and women in class over the past 2 years and in sharing the experiences of expanding our minds and knowledge together. I will leave here a better man with the knowledge I have gained at this institution, better equipped to lead everyday Americans in whatever profession fate has in store for me, and most importantly, a better man and leader in this great nation I love to my dying breath. I hope you all will join me. My warmest congratulations to you all for this great accomplishment. May God bless you all, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Michael, I want to thank you for a wonderful presentation. Amazing success story with this young man, and going to do great with Flintco Corporation. They're getting a good one with you, I'll say, for sure. And we're going to be honored to have you on our Bachelor of Technology and Applied Technical Leadership moving forward. And just for your information, I think there is a little flyer in the program that describes that major. For the graduates here graduating with technical associate degrees, that is your major if you want to go on and earn a bachelor's degree and continue where you left off with your technical education. It's fully online. You can continue while you're working. So check that out, the Bachelor of Technology and Applied Technical Leadership. At this time, I'd like to ask all of the graduates to please rise. Candidates for graduation. Having completed the requirements prescribed by the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education, you have all been recommended by the faculty of this institution to receive degrees of Associate in Applied Science, Bachelor of Technology, and Associate in Science. By the authority vested in me by the OSU A&M Board of Regents, it is my distinct privilege as the president of Oklahoma State University Institute of Technology to confer upon each of you the degrees for which you have been recommended with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Now the time that we've all been waiting for. We are going to start the presentation of the diplomas. Graduates, here's some instructions for you. Please wait for the usher to escort you one row at a time to pick up your diploma covers and have your photo taken. The first photograph will be taken just off stage, and then the announcer will be reading the names of the graduates one at a time. As you come across the stage, we want you to pause right here on the X right here in front of me so that your second photograph can be taken. Then you'll be leaving the stage and going back to your seats. So all of the graduates in the first row, please remain standing. All other graduates, please be seated at this time. It is now time for us to begin the graduation march. For those in attendance during the presentation, anyone is welcome to take photographs, no problem with that whatsoever, but please know that we do have a professional photographer, and he's taking photographs of all of the graduates, and your graduate will have an opportunity to purchase those photos from his agency. We are now going to begin our graduation march.
Representing the School of Engineering and Construction Technologies, School Dean, Mr. Bob Firth. Introducing graduates of the Bachelor of Technology in Instrumentation Engineering Technology, Ernest Clemens. James Duff. Jackson Delfew. Levi Gassaway. Ryan Hawkins. Justin McBride. Our outstanding graduate in instrumentation engineering, Ryan Ray Middleton. Janae Daly King. Riley Paul Morgan. Mason Mullenix. Saul Navarro. Aubrey Penrod. Outstanding graduate, Instrumentation Engineering Technologies, Darrell Proctor II. Jacoby Ruff Martin. Timothy Glenn Sanders. Nicholas Steigerwald. Introducing graduates with their Associate in Applied Science in Air Conditioning and Refrigeration Technology, Braden Wayne Allen. Colby Crosby. Caden Crosby. Daniel Davis. Connor Fixico is also graduating with an Associate in Science in Allied Health Sciences. Corey Fife. Ethan Garcia. Outstanding graduate, William Colby Graves. Cody Hicks. Ian Johnson. Lucas Jones. Joseph Jonathan Wayne Keller. Casey Libby. Gunnar Midash. Jacob Morrow. Edgar Jesus Montoya. Ethan Cade Olson. Clayton Percival. Carson Peterson. Sethan Scott Reed. William Cole Roberts. Trevor Jacob Robison. Charles Grant Ryan. Oliver Serrano. Donald Austin Sharp. Jordan Riley Walden. Jace Matthew Ward. Hunter Thomas Wilson. James Wise. Tyler Womack. Introducing our graduates with an Associate in Applied Science, Construction Technologies, Construction Management, Louis Boston. Jacob Dostal. You want me to see your middle name too? Okay. Jose Armando Figueroa. Nicholas Hancock. Connor Henderson. Colton Wayne Daniel January. Our student respondent and outstanding graduate in construction management, Michael Lopez. Tyler Jones. Hunter LeClaire. Dawson Michelle Martin. Zachary Andrew Piancino. Bradley Wayne Pitts. Joshua Randall. Austin Rubio. Brian Sanchez. Marcus Todd. Andrew Wynn. Trent Young. Introducing the graduates with their Associate in Applied Science, Construction Technologies, Electrical Construction, outstanding graduate, William Bailey. Outstanding graduate, Braden Barkley. Ulysses Camacho. Alec Folk. Thomas Garber. Francisco Hernandez. Christopher Holcomb. Chandler Lowry. Outstanding graduate in electrical construction, Nolan Powell. Introducing graduates with their Associate in Applied Science, Engineering Technologies, Electrical Electronics Technologies, Colton Blackburn. Outstanding graduate in Electrical Electronics Technologies, Lakota Cheyenne Campbell. Nicholas Mitchell. Introducing graduates with their Associate in Applied Science, Engineering Technologies, Instrumentation Technology, Tanner Colvin. Introducing graduates with Associate in Applied Science, High Voltage Line Technician, John Blackwell. Austin Cobb. Tyler Crabtree. Outstanding graduate and high voltage line technician, Nicholas Wade DeVore. Corey Gaynor. Tanner Braden Murdaugh. Ethan Travis Nabel. Evan Michael Newman. Aniceto Carl Joseph Poston. Hunter Sani. Joshua Schooley. Trey Austin Schwabe. Hunter Simpson. Trapper Simpson. Garrett Teague. Aiden Jordan Tucker. All righty. Shane Garrett Walker. Jaden Allen Warlick. Landon Blake Weeks. Hayden Tyler Vick. Introducing graduates with their Associate in Applied Science, Power Plant Technology, Daniel Barnes. Jacob Michael Broussard. Ryan Clark. Outstanding graduate in Power Plant Technology, Anthony Hazlip. Gage Harrivan. Gage Hill. Travis Moody. Outstanding graduate in Power Plant Technology, Cody Blaze Todd. Representing the School of Transportation and Heavy Equipment, School Dean, Mr. Terrell Lindsay. Presenting the graduates with an Associate in Applied Science, Automotive Service Technician, Ford Asset, Jordan Clanton. Donovan Gray. Craig Allen Jones. Brian Manzano Legarda. Russell Morrison. Ellison Poncho. Seth Ramirez. Introducing graduates with an Associate in Applied Science, Automotive Service Technician, General Motors ASEP, Boggy Crowley. Jared Harvey. Just Charlie David Chisholm Lewis. Daniel Galvez. Edwin Palomares. Austin Travis. Rowdy Blake Wood. Introducing graduates, Associate in Applied Science, Automotive Service Technician, Pro Tech, Jaden Gray Alexander. Jordan Breyer. Matthew Bird. John Adam Daniel. Maya Foreman. Alfredo Mercado. Associate in Applied Science, Automotive Service Technician, Toyota T10, Tyler Blaylock. Morgan David Cooper. Benjamin Lee Melson. William Schubert. Dakota Stokes. Josue Suarez. Brady Joseph Timmons. Caleb Jeremiah Tincher. Introducing graduates for the Associate in Applied Science, Cat Dealer Prep, Trey Andrew Thomas Baldwin. Clayton Charles Gross Nicklaus. Tristan Hayden Hart. Clayton Heater. Trevor Stockton Matthews. Cameron Pirtle. Nicholas Kincaid Roberts. Corbin Russell Rundgren. Colby Shepard. Tyler Ray Schaubney. Jakey Tyler Stites. Tyler Sturm. Troy Thomas. Ivy Underhill. Garrett White. Introducing graduates with their Associate in Applied Science, Komatsu ACT, Logan Adler. Jaden Guy Arney. Tyler Grisham. Tyler Jordan Linhairs. Eduardo Martinez Aguilar. Stephen Cade Mivas. Avery Thieck. Introducing graduates for the Associate in Applied Science, Western Equipment Dealers Association Technician, Bryant Burks. Caden Childs. Kian Dan Eck. Luke Green. Colton Guest. Eric Levi Gutierrez. Devin Lee Hammond. Colton Howard. Joseph Troy Penner. Giorgio Rampersad. Tayton Rigger. Eric Allen Conaway Smith. Gabe Daniel Stewart. Landon Strawn. And the last graduate for today's program, Carl Van Hubel.
To all the graduates, congratulations. You've made yourself very proud. And you can see why this is one of the most exciting days on campus for us whenever we get to celebrate graduation. But you all have done remarkable, and I know you're going to represent OSUIT extremely well when you get in the workforce. Would all the graduates please rise for me again? It's time to stretch, right? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, as they move their tassels from right to left, I proudly present to you the 222nd graduating class of OSUIT. There they are, right there. I'd like to ask everyone to stand again in the audience. We're going to invite Lissay to come back to the podium, and she's going to be singing, leading all of us in singing the OSU Alma Mater hymn. Don't worry, if you went to another school or something, you can still sing it with us. It is inside the back cover of your program.
Everyone, please join me in singing our alma mater. Proud and immortal, bright shines your name, Oklahoma State, we herald your fame. Ever you'll find us loyal and true to our alma mater, OSU.
That is a lot of fun. Thank you, Lissay. This is truly a proud day on campus, and I cannot thank all of you enough for being here to make this a special day to recognize the accomplishment of these wonderful graduates from OSUIT. Our commencement is now concluded. Please enjoy a safe trip home. We are dismissed.